In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the beautifully, amazingly movie-accurate Black Mamba LS-09 Weaponeer Ironhide. This guy is a beauty, and I want to thank Shozy Store for sending it out to me. You guys go check him out. Let's get into this review. Yo, what's up, Alfonso Nation? Alfonso Peterman here. Welcome back to another episode of Teletraan Reviews. On this channel, if you're new here, we like to talk about Transformers, all things the toys, movies, TV shows, you name it. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And hey, at any point, drop a comment below, show some love to the channel. I appreciate it. I want to give a big thanks to Shozy Store for sending this out to me. They are amazing. They have a fantastic selection of third-party figures and just even some stuff that's non-Transformers. Please go check them out. Click the link in the description and go check out this figure and others on ShozyStore.com. This guy is actually really beautiful. He's really accurate. I actually got him in the last quarter of 2019. Been having this guy, had a lot of time with him. Love it in every way. Can't wait to get into that, but before we do, I do want to do the packaging. Of course, the packaging, you know, with Black Mamba figures, packaging is also really cool. They got a lot of great stuff, like a lot of figure art to display, and of course, this is the front of the packaging. It showcases Ironhide. There he goes with his blaster. You don't really get to see the end of the blaster unless you curve it. There it is. And there it does say Weaponeer LS-09 right there, and some other foreign language, of course, on the side. There you go. You got him displayed there. Another shot of him, more long, and then of course you got that beautiful alt mode, baby, on the other side. Turning to the back, you get the alt mode and robot mode. Of course, this packaging is kind of like the other ones where it's a window box, so it opens up and you get to actually see the art here and the figure showcased on the other side. So for those who aren't aware, just to kind of draw a picture for you, Black Mamba basically makes Transformers figures, but they already make them kind of with the inspiration and the design idea of an official copyrighted Transformers figure that's already out there. So for example, I know with the LS-03 and LS-03F Optimus Prime, and also with this guy as well, it is basically inspired off of the Masterpiece version that's official from Hasbro for these characters. So you get to see a lot of resemblance with these figures and the ones that are official, except they get to make their own little tweaks, their own little adjustments to kind of make it more screen accurate or to make it a better design in their eyes. So that's what Black Mamba does. And with this guy, they basically did that very thing. They took the MPM version of Ironhide, which is a nice figure. I never actually got the chance to unbox it myself, but it's a nice figure nonetheless. They took the MPM version and they made another version, but they made some adjustments. And now I don't really have the MPM version to show the difference. I know one glaring difference would be this centerpiece, which is basically what, on the MPM version, the centerpiece is grayed out. This is darker. It's a small decision when it comes to painting, but it's a bigger difference when it comes to overall aesthetic. He actually looks way more uniform and more intentional with the blacked out chest piece here. This guy looks a lot more accurate to the film, what we saw of Ironhide. This dude looks like CGI popped off of the movie into figure form, and that's what we get when we get this Black Mamba figure. So here is a close look of Ironhide. There you go. I'll try to get as close as I can. So there goes his chest and his head. Of course, you got the torso there, and then all the way down to the legs. Here's a close-up of the head sculpt. Of course, the mouth does open up like that, so you can have him kind of like with his mouth open. Coming around to the back, check him out. So the back actually looks like an Ironhide back, right? You got those two door flaps, I think it's doors, flaps that are kind of up, making little wings, and then you have the back plate here. Not really for weapon storage as other figures you can use it for, because you don't have to store the weapons. The weapons are a part of his body design. Taking them off will actually make him look weird. No need for weapon storage, so they went ahead and made it a back piece, and that's what you see, and that's what you get here. And turning around to the back, of course, you get the back of the legs there. There you go, and that's how it looks there. No complaints with that. They did the best they could with the engineering that they had to make it as accurate as possible. In this case, there are, and you can see it, some sacrifices they had to make for the engineering purposes to get this figure to be able to transform. But I think overall what they've managed to do, of course taking inspiration from the MPM version, they've managed to make a really screen accurate, beautifully detailed and wonderfully painted Ironhide figure. One thing I really love the most about Black Mamba, one thing that makes Black Mamba for me a killer third party. And I mean, look, this is a very small detail I'm about to mention, but it makes a massive difference when it comes to display quality. LEDs, baby. LEDs matter to me. If you're gonna make it as accurate as possible, and there's a possibility to put LEDs in the eyes and in the weapons, it should always be done. LEDs for me is a must. I love it. Once I got a taste of it, I don't want to go back. There's actually a button right here on the side of his, pretty much his ear, and you're going to click it. Boom. See, now that is what I'm talking about. That is accuracy. LEDs on his eyes, lighting up his eyes, making him look, basically making the figure come alive. On this weapon here, on this side, as you can see, if you can just flip it back, there is a button right here. You just press it, boom, that lights up. Look how beautiful that looks. And of course on this side as well, you got this weapon here, and right here on the back, you come around, and look at that. You press it, boom, let's go. Guys, this matters. This makes a figure really shine. And I think that all the third parties should pretty much have it. Nonetheless, this is how great it looks with the LEDs. LEDs make the figure, makes the display of the figure just glow. Literally. Of course, the head, as you can see, the head rotates all the way to the back right here, and then it goes all the way to the back here. Yeah, it doesn't go all the way around. It doesn't. So, it would go all the way around, but there's this piece here that's pretty much blocking it. Yeah, so it blocks it from going all the way around, which I'm not too upset about. You're not gonna put the head all the way back like The Exorcist. The arm comes all the way out, like so. You can actually flip it all the way up, like he's shooting at the air. So that's pretty dope. It's a little weird of a pose. It looks weird, but you can pull it off. It actually also comes all the way back. Look at that. His arm goes all the way back, and it comes all the way down, like so. And then you can, there's a pivot at the elbow, so you can rotate those cannons up like that, which is where the aiming comes in, and the same goes for the other arm. The legs do come out, I believe. Yeah, they're on a joint. There's this piece here, right here, that kind of blocks it. You kind of have to fold it back like that, and then it kind of comes out, but that's about the most it'll come out. And then of course you can ratchet it back, and then you can ratchet it forward, which is pretty much like that. And then of course he does bend at the knee. I've had trouble at some points with finding where the knee is, but he does bend at the knee like so. And of course the feet do move all the way down like that, and then comes all the way up like that. It doesn't really have much, it does have a pivot like that, but not very much. He also has waist pivot as well. So really good waist pivoting. He actually can go all the way around, which is pretty dope. This guy's size is at about 9.5 to 10 inches tall, and if we're gonna measure from weapon to weapon, given the broad shoulders, it's about the same wide. And as for a size comparison, you know I gotta do it. Here he is next to the big dog, the LS-03F Optimus Prime, and as you can see, they look absolutely wonderful together. They absolutely scale perfectly. The size, the detail, looks like they belong together. Great for display purposes. You can really pull off some awesome poses with these two together. Battle ready. I love it. Really gives that MPM vibe for sure. And here he is, guys. Check him out in his alternate mode. Of course, he is in the truck mode. I transformed him. Gotta say, the transformation was really something. The most difficult part of it was obviously getting the front part and the back pieces to basically align and figuring out. The back was actually a lot easier than the front. Of course, the top was also difficult to get the tabs to press in together. Pretty snug. One thing I gotta say though is that just one thing I noticed from transforming them is that they really put some really good engineering and some really good thought into the figure to make him look as accurate as possible given the parts and the pieces that they were working with. And this definitely gives us some masterpiece Ironhide vibes. Of course, this is the truck mode, looking beautiful. Got the GMC logo front and center. Overall, it looks really, really nice. Perfect. It looks really accurate to the film, of course. Tires rolled really nicely. Has a nice little rubber exterior. A slight rubber exterior. You do have mostly plastic for the rims. Here's a close-up of that. Of course, the GMC logo front and center and the two lights here. Really nice headlights. You get a really nice bumper. Very accurate to the film for the most part. But what I will say is that, of course, the alt mode is not perfect. There are flaws. For example, I don't know if this is just my figure or this is my fault. Maybe I lost it. But the rear view mirror, and you probably noticed it fell off. This rear view mirror, you peg it in, but it continues to fall off. I don't know if that's a flaw. I don't know if it's broken. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know. But the rear view mirror, of course, keeps coming off. And I noticed that while transforming him, this one was not even there. So I don't know if I may have lost it. Maybe it popped off while I was transforming it. Or maybe it didn't even come with it. I have no idea. But, of course, this is kind of what you should expect when you get third-party figures. Don't expect everything to be completely perfect. I'm really not complaining about the rearview mirror. I don't plan to have him in the truck mode anyway. I want to have him in his robot mode. That's where he shines the most. That's where he looks the best in my opinion. But of course the truck really does look nice. Has of course the black painting all around. Here is the underside of him. Of course you got the head right there. You got the chest piece there. The legs transformed and that torso right there. And of course there is pegs on the side for weapon storage. You can add the weapons, of course, same port or same peg rather that you utilize to put on his arm. You just pop right onto the side of the truck. In my opinion, this is a much better display option. This is just how to do it. If you're gonna put them into the truck mode, put the weapons. The weapon storage is perfect. I like it. I love it. It gives him that stealth mode. I wouldn't have him in his truck mode for the most part, but if I had to, this is how I would do it. Really good stuff. So overall, I think the figure is a killer figure. This figure is for the record books. I think Black Mamba did a fantastic job of replicating the masterpiece version of Ironhide and adding the refinements and the different features that they wanted to add to make him more accurate, and I think they did a really, really splendid job on this guy. Once again, big thanks to Shozy Store for making this possible and sending this out to me. They are more awesome than I thought. I really like what they have to offer, so go check them out over there. Get you one of these guys, and man, I just want them to do the ratchet. I want them to do the side swipe. I want Black Mamba to do all of the characters. I want them to do Bumblebee, get them all, so I can get them all together. And they also need to do the night version of Optimus Prime and Megatron. That would be really awesome. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please slam dunk a like on it for me. Show me some support. I'm trying to get back into the groove of making these videos, and I'm enjoying it as I go. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Till all are one.